Computing Science Education Week is an annual event which invites teachers to allow students to participate in the many different forms of computing science. Here are 4 quick and easy ways that teachers can do this. One easy way is through Flipgrid live events. And one event in support of Computing Science Education Week is being hosted by some Minecraft experts who on Wednesday, December 8th, will host a 30-minute live webinar from 11 to 11:30 Mountain Time. Very easy to participate. Fill in your information as a teacher, your email. They'll send you a Microsoft Teams link which you can view right through your web browser and have your students learn. For more information about Flipgrid live events, you can simply do a Google search for Flipgrid live events, the very first Google search term, and they'll show you about live events that are happening all throughout the year. Very easy to sign up for, and it's a very cool way to get experts into your classroom. A second way to get involved is by participating in the Hour of Code. If you've never participated or had your students join in, it's basically the idea is give us 1 hour for your students to try some fun game-based coding activities, which can really help them understand what coding is and can inspire them to want to learn more. There are literally hundreds of free resources from pre-kindergarten all the way up to high school level, from beginner level. If you've tried this before, you can go for the comfortable level, and you can filter out on the left different subject areas, different activity types. There are a whole bunch of cool ones. One of my more recent favorites has been the dance party or the Minecraft Hour of Code. If your students have never done this with you before, there are a lot of really self-paced activities. And if you sign up, you can get a cool certificate saying that you participated in the Hour of Code. Another way to participate in the Hour of Code is through the Microsoft MakeCode website, where you can code a virtual BBC microbit. These are real devices, a $25 computer, but if you don't have one, you can still learn how to code one right through this website. In this particular example, there is a flashing heart program we are going to create, and all of the instructions are there for you. If you do have some microbit devices in your school, once you're finished coding this particular activity or any of the activities, you can download the code and connect it via USB cable that's included with your microbit onto the computer. There are so many different activities that you can take part in with the Microsoft, the microbit device, and this makecode.microbit.org website has dozens and dozens of beginner through advanced lesson activities and tutorials, devices you can make from across all different subject areas, games, science activities, all sorts of cool things you can learn to code. It just so happens that the ATA library, when you visit this site and visit the Makerspace Guide, it just so happens that the association has collections of microbits. Sets of 10 microbits can be delivered right to your school, so your students can get started learning about these microbits right through this free MakeCode website. And then when your microbits arrive, you can take part in a whole bunch of different other activities. So sign these out for free. A third way to participate is through the Scratch website. Now, Scratch is a web-based coding language, and it's an application where you can learn how to code animations, music, games, and other things. It's free to participate in. You don't have to sign up, but you can if you wish to save some of your coding. But you can just visit this website, and there are a whole bunch of awesome activities if you look in the Explore section. And it's very easy to get involved in this type of coding activity. Now, you might be wondering, why would I ever do this? Why would I use my class time to have my students participate in this type of activity? Well, let me give you 3 reasons. First reason It's a great way to develop computational thinking skills. Here's what I mean by that. When you're learning to code or participate in other computing science activities, you're developing thinking skills, including decomposition, where you're breaking down a larger problem into smaller problems that can be easily solved, pattern recognition, abstraction, being able to find important details to focus on in terms of solving a problem, and then algorithm, which is really like making a recipe for solving a particular problem. So some great thinking skills can be developed. Another really great outcome for involving your students in these types of activities is it can really build within them a sense of empowerment. Activities involving coding, STEM, computing science often put students in situations where they're faced with challenges and roadblocks to overcome in the quest to solve a problem. Harvard did some research on this, and while there were some subject area outcomes that were improved, one of the things they really noticed was that students were building a sense of empowerment by facing obstacles and challenges and overcoming them over and over and over again through activities like coding, robotics, inventing things, designing solutions. Whether it was with electronics or cardboard or any other number of materials, what they found was that this built a sense of empowerment within students. And over time, because they saw this pattern happening again and again, they gave a name to it and they called it maker empowerment. And what they found was not only did this have outcomes in school where they felt they were capable of solving problems, but this transcended into other areas of their lives like their home life, personal life with friends, and other activities they were interested in, where students developed a sense of resiliency and empowerment through activities like these. And finally, it can provide a sense of hope. I mean, we have some huge problems in the world. This, for example, is the huge garbage island that floats made out of plastic in the Pacific Ocean. It is literally miles long and wide. And while this is a huge problem, activities that kind of start from computing science can lead to some tremendous innovations. Here, for example, is a robot called Fred, the floating robot for eliminating debris. This was designed by people who started with simple computing science activities and STEM activities, challenges that led to inventions like these, a robot which literally swims and picks up all the garbage. This is being used right now in the ocean, and it's anticipated that all that garbage island of plastic will be fully picked up within the next 20 years. And it can start with things like this microbit, simple little activities. In this case, what you see on the screen is a little water sensor to let people know when the plant needs to be watered, when the moisture is too low in the soil. And it can start very quickly and easily. So there are lots of reasons why you're encouraged to really open the door for your students to allowing them to try some of these activities. And where it can start is Computing Science Education Week, which for 2021 is December 6th through 12th. Have fun!